So we took Abundant Life Insurance, the appeal, to the hood. Now it's crazy because Eric Thomas got up Friday night and he talked about why he took a job at Michigan State. And he said, I took the job at Michigan State because of insurance. The security that it offers my wife. My wife is about insurance. And then he made the spin. Yo, it was crazy. Then he made the spin. And he said, we all know that we have access to Abundant Life Insurance, which is Michael Emmanuel, who met the woman at the well and said, if you ask me for a drink, I would give you a drink. Living water to life everlasting. And she asked for the drink and then went back and got Abundant Life for her whole city, her whole family, her whole town, her whole neighborhood. We call it flipping the slums. Abundant Life Insurance. Flip the slums. The woman at the well. Water of life. When you tap back into the tsunami, the honeymoon, tsunami, the water, the tree of life, water of life, honeymoon, tsunami, tide, residual, tsunami, tide. The only income to have is residual income. The only income to invest in is residual income. And when you can grow that residual income to be a tsunami, that's called wealth. When you have a urban, beautiful, end zone, tsunami, tide. Not no crimson tide in Alabama. Not no crimson tide. We talking about the water of life. It don't have no blood in the tide. It don't have no blood in the water. We ain't celebrating no civil war. We ain't celebrating no war. We study war no more. I'ma lay down my burden down by the riverside, lay down my burden and study war no more. Well, I ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more, my Lord. I ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. So anytime you got a group of people that are nostalgic about war and killing, are nostalgic about being Confederate soldiers and hanging people. Anytime you got a group of people where the height of what they want to point back to is when a civil war and a revolutionary war and world war and Memorial Day and so we're gonna lay down our burdens, and we causing wealth to flow. All right, cornerstone of wealth, Abundant Life Insurance. All right, so you gotta take steps. So, what this 90 days gonna show you? First of all, how to use insurance as a guarantee. Prevention is the best cure. Prevention is the best cure. Not head in the sand. Prevention is the best cure. Alright? And so, they're going to teach you how for 25 years, if you have no insurance, or how to use supplemental insurance to get these astronomical fees in certain procedures down. I'll let them tell you exactly the nitty gritty. Listen, for the next 90 days, we're going out here. But most importantly, I wanted y'all to know that in Orlando, Florida, in 2009, we was led to go to a community and start working in the community. And we took Pine Forge Academy and an invitation during an Abundant they had life skills class in an organization that's still in Orlando, Florida. It's called the Paramore Kids Zone at the Callahan Neighborhood Community Development Center, Neighborhood Center. And we went over there for the day, and I took Palm Forge Academy, probably the first and only time that Creative Arts did not just perform for an Adventist church. We took them out of the Adventist church. This is the whole reason why I brought them in. Because I know that my wife came to Palm Forge Academy when she saw the Palm Forge Academy choir. My wife said, oh, I want to go up there when the choir came into Chicago. I know the power of when somebody gives you an invitation for abundant life. I know the power of when somebody who look like you and come from you where you come from is saying, yo, it's a different story out here, yo. And we got a spot where you could get abundant life. We got a spot where you could get access. We got a spot where you can ascend. I know the power of that. And the Friday night before ET said, yo, I know the power of the value of insurance. But my problem is my people ain't getting this. ET said it. ET said it. Plain as day, straight up and down. Room full of Adventists coming to see Palm Forge Academy perform once again. And ET said, my only problem is my people ain't getting this. My boy Bob from Detroit, Michigan. My crew that I rode with in high school, they ain't getting access. Ain't nobody giving them access. And sure enough, we already had scheduled to go straight to the hood. And now here, all these years later, Pastor Anthony Lewis, he was Eric Thomas' pastor at Conant Gardens in Michigan. All these years later, that's the power of our circle. But if we don't use our circle to give access to our people, we wasting talents. Now, Pastor Anthony Lewis has come into that community, and him and his wife and his daughter and his family has personally created a business, bought a building to do transitional housing at the time where there is a housing crisis, at the time where there is an affordable housing crisis, at the time where rents are being raised, at the time where more and more people are living on the street and homeless. The biggest financial crisis in history is happening right now. And Pastor Lewis and his wife have people dying and begging for a helping hand to get back on their feet. A helping hand. Y'all don't understand that when they manipulate this inflation, and when your job, when your employment income is at a fixed rate that's not increasing, and they're doing everything to make sure that your hours are at a certain place to where they don't have to pay you benefits, overtime. Your raises are non-existent, just like your savings. There's no interest, there's no growth in your savings. So when the inflation rate is exploding, but your income is flat, that is guaranteed recipe for poverty. And then people start cutting and cutting. Oh, I'm not going to get this. I'm not going to, oh, I'm going to live in my car. Oh, I'm going to sleep on the street. You got people sleeping on the street going to work every day. You got people sleeping in cars, going to work every day, 2 or 3 jobs. You got people who, when the economy shut down, they lost their job. They got a job later, but because all of the real estate is sky high, they can't afford last month's rent. So now they living in hotels, hotel hopping. They homeless. And then the cost to live in a hotel is so high. When you pay your weekly rent to stay in the hotel, it's more than you would pay for a mortgage. But because they don't have enough money to put 5% down, 10% down, 25% down, they don't have the chunks of money. They're in a poverty debt spiral. And now Auntie Lorraine and Auntie Kenny are not only coming and reintroducing our people to the foundational building block of wealth, which is insurance, but they're also teaching people how to add $500, an extra $500 a month, an extra $1,000 a month, by also having other people make sure that they can prevent illness down the only way to prevent illness down the road is by having access to insurance. The only way. Prevention is the best cure. The only way to prevent illness down the road is to stay on top of, just like the only way to prevent being in debt and poverty is to map out a budget and a financial plan and then execute it. So all they doing is they taking, once again, they coming back to the beginning. They coming back to the beginning. They coming down to brand new people, and they taking a 90-day period to introduce as many people in my network to these fundamentals of how to have insurance and generate income from offering insurance to people. All right. It's a special type of insurance that they will tell you about, but I'm just doing events in all of the cities where all my people are. I'm making this video because I'm going to send this video to my people. Any city that you live in and you know you my people, I'm telling you in the next 90 days we coming. So I'm sending you this video so you can invite as many people that you know, that when we come to your city, just tell them to come to the place where we gonna reserve the ballroom or whatever, and if they wanna do exactly what I said, put the building block in place to guarantee and to prevent illness. Once again, Auntie Lorraine can tell you a story. For 25 years, this super affordable option, unlike the option that they gave you with the so-called, I'm not even going to say the name of the insurance thing, you know what I'm talking about. Politically, they gave you an insurance option, and they bickered and fought and back and forth over this insurance option that came through the government entities. And this definitely ain't that. For 25 years, Uncle Kenny as a supplemental income insurance policy, and for 25 years as primary, and the stories that they have are unbelievable. And the price, you got to just come see it just to hear the story and see it for yourself. But that ain't even it. What she has done economically and financially over the past 25 years, and how she is a master at teaching other people how to do that. That is the most important thing that you can offer right now when people are crying out for exactly that. A life preserver. Here is a husband and a wife who've been throwing this life preserver out for 25 years. And now they are actively getting back in the game and about to crisscross the country again. Who knows when the next time they're going to actively crisscross the country and get his blueprint out. But while they in the game actively again, over this next 90 days, we're going to fill up some rooms. So, Huntsville, Alabama, Chicago, Illinois, my people, my family in Detroit, Michigan, my people, my family in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Seabone, all, get your people ready. My people, Maywood Angels, the CFL, Sean Payne, Big Reese Coley, all of my people in the CFL, Dave Graham, Eddie Turner, Rodney Michaels, Jervis, Ephraim, Chantel, DJ, all my peoples, listen, we coming. Spider Low, Curtis Norvell Williams, and the Uncle Dad Foundation. The Uncle Dad Foundation is the primary foundation that enabled us to be able to go to Haiti and work with my brother Edward Martin. The phenomenal work that my brother Curtis Norvell Williams and his right hand man, my main man, Herb, Uncle Dad Foundation. For a week we went out with Edward Martin at the Adventist Hospital in Haiti. And of course my wife and my children, the other half, Spider Lope was the West Coast half. My wife and her foundation, the Father's Wish Foundation. I call it the Auntie Mom Foundation to the Uncle Dad Foundation. The Uncle Dad Foundation is Spider's organization. Curtis Williams and my wife and the Father's Wish Foundation, or the Auntie Mom Foundation. East Coast and West Coast met and took Abundant Life and Abundant Life Insurance to Haiti. And we got unfinished business. We got unfinished business. So our Haitian people in the States, in order to get Haiti right, in order to get the hot island right, you got to get the money right in the States first. It ain't rocket science to how to fix Haiti. All of the resources to fix Haiti is right here. And we're making the concerted effort, whether y'all jump on board or not. We telling y'all, it's about what Edward Martin did. It ain't about showing no flags or nothing. Edward Martin rolled up his sleeves, went out, took control of a hospital, and gave our people access to resources right in the heart of where they telling you it's a killing field and all. Ain't listen. If you go there to give our people what nobody in the world to give our people, they gonna accept it. It's not a question. And hats off to Edward Martin and his beautiful wife. Hats off to Curtis Norvell Williams and the Father's Wish. The Uncle Dad Foundation. That's in Compton, California. That's in LA. So this run that we doing with Auntie Lorraine and them, we're trying to create a financial wealth training pipeline ascension program, because the pastor that we're working with currently in the Ray of Light Community Resource and Development Center has created a transitional housing unit in one of the most impoverished, gentrified, neighborhoods in Orlando, Florida, where people literally are sleeping on the street. They got an Orlando Homeless Coalition, and the people that can't get into the Homeless Coalition, the number is exploding. And so when they line up and they try and get in, and when they can't get in, they just sleep on the ground outside the Orlando Homeless Coalition. It's right next to a brand new soccer stadium that they built. They built a brand new soccer stadium instead of expanding the capabilities for people who can't afford to live in Orlando because the price of living is skyrocketing. So the pastor invested himself in a transitional housing unit. And transition just means just that. It means there has to be an ascension component to where these people who are homeless and at the lowest level can be put in contact with individuals who have resources, who can take them through a training process to get on their feet financially in every way, shape, or form. Secure housing that they can pay for and move their family into and become a fully productive member of society. From homeless with nothing. And then it has to be a revolving door. Instead of a revolving door going into prison, we creating the revolving door into wealth. Literally, in Orlando, Florida, we're creating the revolving door into wealth. And then we said, every person that we partner with, we want to put the Ray of Light Community Resource and Development Center in every person that signs up and says, yes, we want to do this. We want to come into y'all community. California got, LA has one of the most known skid rows in the world. So if the Ascension program will work in Paramore in Orlando, Florida, it'll work in LA Skid Row too. Chicago, Illinois also has a Skid Row. If the Ray of Light Community Resource and Development Center will work in Orlando, Florida, when we put the Ascension program in a pipeline and a revolving door in Orlando, when you partner in your city, yeah, we're going to turn the resources on first in the headquarters. But then we're going to double back and we're going to schedule when in 2023 we're going to do it in your community. Alright? That's what this is about. This is an ascension, a pipeline into wealth. We call it the layup cycle. Alright? The layup cycle. So that's LA, that's California. That's LA, that's Compton, Las Vegas, Nevada. Our people in Las Vegas, Nevada. Once again, Curtis Williams has a huge group of people in Las Vegas. The last time we was in a company together, Spider got some great people in Vegas. So, everywhere, our sister Mia, my wife Kanisha's right-hand woman, is in Arizona. To the family in Arizona, in Phoenix, Arizona, here we come. The Tysons, San Antonio, Texas. Our people all throughout Texas. We coming. Daniel Faulkner's sons from New Orleans. All our people in New Orleans. Daniel Faulkner. Daoudi down in Miami, Florida, Orlando, Florida, Jacksonville, Florida, Daytonville, Daytona Beach, Florida, Tampa, Florida, the Panhandle. Craig Morgan up in the Panhandle, or let's say Spring Break Town. Craig Morgan in the Spring Break capital of Florida, yo. Panama City. Aunt Henrietta and Ethel and Cynthia up in the Panhandle. We coming. Everywhere where our people are, I'm just letting y'all know. Just letting y'all know. We have a school. On this page, I'm going to scroll down on this page and I'm going to show you. We have a financial academy, literally. At the church, when my father was pastor in the church that Lorraine and Kenny went to, they had a school and an educational complex. We've always been connected to educational complexes. And we've been doing Break the Cycle, and we've been teaching financial, economic empowerment for the same time that they have been doing. When I say we, I'm talking about me and my wife and my 4 kids. So we always find partnerships with individuals who are in business, who have educational complexes, and who are investing in our communities. Alright. And this is the height. This is the plateau. This is the top. These are the most resources that we've ever had and ever been able to offer to the public. And now we're doing a 90-day. From October the 4th through January the 2nd. October the 4th through January the 2nd. 90-day. Non-stop every day. City by city by city. Non-stop every day. What you're looking at is an Eventbrite link. Alright? So, every video that I make every day. So what is going to happen is at 8 in the morning, I have a YouTube channel just for this. It's called the Havilah Road YouTube channel. Havilah Road. Havilah Road is the wealthiest economy, land economy, the wealthiest banking system, the wealthiest. It's the road that Bathsheba and David, when they collected all of the wealth and put up the wealth to build the sanctuary. The word of God tells you that the timber came down. It came down this road. It's called the Havilah Road. The gold that came down this road. It's called the Havilah Road. All of the wealth, the greatest display of wealth that the world has ever seen, when they counted up what Bathsheba brought into the coffers, and Bathsheba's family members were the ones who were paying the tribute. Saul did not have access to the kind of wealth because Saul's wife in Saul's kingdom was nowhere near the wealth of Bathsheba's family's kingdom. When David married Bathsheba, the wealth of the world flowed. The wealth of the world flowed. And it told you the kings that partnered and what wealth they sent. And they all had a trading route. It was called the Havilah Road. Okay? So we're opening back up the Havilah Road. Alright? And at different times during the day, I will talk specifically to the different pockets in the various investment groups that we've worked with throughout the past 25 years to make sure that specifically everybody in that group comes back online and we all on the same page. So at 8 o'clock, I'll drop a video and it might be specifically targeting the Good Samaritans in Chicago. And then 10 o'clock, it might be specifically for the 8 families that make up Kanisha and I's family. Our wedding party. Let's call it the wedding party. Kanisha has 2 sets of grandparents. That's 4 different families. I have 2 sets of grandparents. That's 4 families that make up our wedding party. So at 10 o'clock, I may make a video making sure that everybody connected to our 8 families or our wedding party is on the same page. Then 12 o'clock, I drop a video addressing the Falcons of Pine Forge Academy. Then at 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock, I'm going to drop a video addressing the Michaels Angels Ambassadors. This is what I call Oakwood. The Michaels Angels Ambassadors. The Philadelphia Eagles Ambassadors. Oakwood University. I drop at 12, and every time I drop a video reminding you, listen, later on today, we're going to be getting together and adding to the Mastermind group that wants to join us for the next 90 days. And all throughout the day, I'll be addressing you different groups and dropping a video. And in the content of each video, you will see a link to this Eventbrite page. This is the first time that Kenny and Lorraine and I just got together and sat down and began this 90-day game plan. A couple weeks ago, September 25th, 2022. All right? This is their number, their contact information. They have been doing this for years and years and years. All I'm doing is giving our people access. So if financially you're not where you want to be and you looking for a life preserver, we throwing it out. Alright. So when we got together here in Orlando a couple weeks ago, we began this process right here. Looking for a lifestyle change, retirement, part-time, full-time income opportunity. This is what they offer. This is what I have called this gathering, the Abundant Life Insurance. Once again, we've been offering this to people when we were going around in creative arts. We've been offering this abundant life concept under our organization called Break the Cycle and the Father's Wish Foundation. We have been doing this since 1993, my wife and I. Greg Morgan also. And the individuals that have been working with us. So, every day, I have a certain number that I'm looking for to be in this mastermind group. In this 90 days, if I hit the number early, we hit the number. Okay? And at the end of the 90 days, we're going to get together. And everybody who joins this mastermind group, we're going to put together a concrete, mapped out over a certain amount of years, plan to hand down wealth to our children and our children's children and all the individuals who are looking for this life preserver. We're going to put it on paper. And we're going to execute. Those who are in the group going to be in the group. 90 days. October the 4th through January 2nd. 90 days. You got a 90-day window to join us. All right?